So, so guys, in this video, I'm actually gonna show you the blueprint how you can consistently book pre-qualified subjects without relying on referrals or feeling salesy. So in this video, I'm gonna share five pillars that I use in my marketing agency to fix visibility, position, and trust. So this video is for you and is specifically built for the hypnotist or the holistic healer. If that's you, everything in this video is for you. If not, maybe still stay around and you will learn something. So this video is for you if you run a clinical hypnosis business, either you solo, coach, or a small clinic. This video is for you if you charge about $150 per session and want to raise the ceiling. It is for you if you get referrals, but your booking feels like unpredictable. This is for you if you're ready to build a real system and not chase another quick hack. This video is not for you if you are a stage hypnotist or entertainment. This is not for you if you are a brand new practitioner, you haven't figured out any paying clients yet. This video is not for you if you are not willing to invest money and grow your business. Okay, so the pillar number one. So if you are a hypnotherapist, hypnotist, or a holistic healer, so the pillar number one is the social media done right for you is the most powerful free tool that you have in this given time. So there's a unique problem to hypnotists that almost no other service profession face. Your client arrives with the myth before they even meet you. You know, the shaped by the movies and the shows, you are fighting a story that you didn't even write. You know, the practitioner who stay fully booked, they don't fight the myth. They dissolve them by consistently sharing simple truth about how mind actually works. You can do that with social media. You know, people don't actually fear hypnosis, they fear losing control. The simple, relatable insight build trust faster than any credentials on the wall. Like, it doesn't matter how many certifications you have, but if you have like a simple, relatable video on social media, that will build a trust faster than any certification you have. Educate people. You know, like nowadays, the only way to grow on social media is actually educating people. So if you educate people how their mind works, the subconscious, the conscious, the critical factor, what are they, you know, all that stuff. Share content around that on social media, educate them. That will build trust. Another thing I will say, like, go live. Like nowadays, especially with TikTok lives, is getting really, really popular. When you go on live, maybe like in specific day, specific time, every week, and you answer questions, first, like, you know, people are expecting you to be live. That gives you free content as well. When you're on live and educating people, answering questions, you can take that content and post it on social media. Like, you don't have to shoot a content, just go live every week, an hour, specific time that will help algorithm push your content. And also you can take that same content, make clips out of it, and then post it on your social media and educate people. So there's actually a study done. I've I'm probably gonna say the name wrong, but it's a psychology of parasocial trust. So in this research, they find out that people actually build trust before they even meet you through the consistent content. You know, you become familiar. So when you're ready to book, they're not choosing a stranger. They're choosing somebody they already trust. And that's really big in this business, specifically if you're a holistic healers and hypnotist. If the people don't trust you, they will not book you. And you can actually build trust faster on the social media than in person. And that's actually a research. There's a research happening. It's called the psychology of parasocial trust. Like, you can build trust faster on social media than on in person or any other way. Okay, guys, so now the pillar number two is actually let your results do the talking. So if you tell people I'm the best, I do this, I do this, I do that, people most likely not going to trust you. But if you have a testimonials and success stories from your clients and you post those, and somebody who have the specific same problem that this client have, and they watch that testimonial, they're going to trust it way more than they will actually trust you if you say something. But here's the kick. So you have to ask your clients to give you testimony with the specific prompt, not if you just say, hey, can you give me a testimony? They say whatever they want to say. But instead, if you ask them with a specific prompt, which is like, would you share what your life looked like before you came in and how it is different now? So what happens there? So when you say that, since you are a hypnotist, you understand this, especially mind. So when you're asking this, they will share a story. And when you share a story, the people will relate to the story, they get emotionally connected. Now they know you can actually help them. And another thing, like in this, like in 60-second video and testimony, emotions cannot be faked. When review gets scrolled past, the real video testimonials don't. The video testimonials, like, you cannot fake the emotions. Like when somebody write a 5-star review on your Google, there's no emotions there. In a video, it's a whole different ball game. So when somebody watch a video, they can actually feel the emotion through the video. And now everybody watch videos, nobody read. I don't know if some people do or not, but most people just read. And third thing you want to do in this pillar is actually organize story by the problems. Like when you organize your testimonials, organize them with the story, the same problem, not by the date. Because if same person keeps saying testimonials on same problems, is chronologically, like, group them by exact struggle the client came in with, and when the prospects see their problem mirrored, they maybe instantly become, I'm ready to book. Alrighty, so pillar number 3 is be there when they decide to change. So people on social media, they watch you, they watch all the stuff you do, but they don't have money right now, or they're not fully ready yet for whatever reason. And 2 months later, 3 months later, they're ready. So what they're gonna do? When they are ready, they actually gonna look for you. So there's so many, like, businesses out there, so many content out there. They're most likely gonna forget, like, your name probably or something. They're gonna try to find you. So you gotta be there when they decide to make a change. So how do you do that? You actually run paid ads. So especially when people are ready to make change, they go on Google and search. Like this. Running a paid ads is a faster solution. Like Google service ads, you only pay when actually somebody contact you. So it doesn't cost you too much money. You can set up yourself. It's not that hard. So Google service ad, set it up. It only charge you when you actually somebody contact you. And also, another thing you want to do is actually you run paid ads around specific problem, not your service. Nobody cares about what kind of drill you use when they just need a hole in a wall. Sell the hole, don't try to sell the drill. They just care about, they want a hole in the wall. They don't care if you use a DeWalt, Boss, whatever different kind of drills you use, what the RPM is on the drill, what kind of bit you use. They don't care about none of that. They just care about, they want a hole in the wall, meaning they only care about their solution. Like, I have this problem and I want you to solve it. I don't care how much you do. So run paid ads around specific problem. And another thing you can do is retarget the people who actually visited you and didn't book. So they are actually the warmest leads who almost ready, but for some reason they didn't. You can do that with retargeted ads, especially but people who visited your website, people who visited your page, people who searched it on Google but didn't book. You can run ads to those people, and that will give you higher returns on your money you spend on ads. So there's another thing that actually surprised most practitioners that I learned. People actually need multiple exposures before they decide. Most practitioners stop after one or two tries because they feel like they don't want to be pushy, they don't want to be bothered, they want to bother people, just here to help, they're not chasing money. People actually need multiple exposures before they decide. So do that, like keep running ads, keep showing up, and the hesitation actually will turn into booking without even you ever need to chase. You don't need to chase. If your ads keep popping up on the social media, and nowadays all the Meta, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok is really good at that. If you search something, you're gonna keep seeing that stuff. So they do that for you. You don't have to chase. Number 4, and this is, I feel like, is the most powerful way nowadays. It's actually host a live webinars. Yes, hosting a live webinar is the most powerful way nowadays to scale your practice. So there's one format where potential client can feel your work before they actually commit to it. The experience is more convincing than anybody else, like testimonials, all this can offer. Like they experience it. And then you don't have to sit on a call 101 with multiple people trying to convince them. What do you do? This you can host a 1 hour webinar with 50 new relationships, and you're doing the same thing that you do on the 101 call, basically. Just reframe a little bit, and then you now using 1 hour telling about yourself to 50 people instead of one person. So here, okay, let me tell you like 3 different tips on the running of webinars. Like target the specific transformation, not the demographic. Whether your audience is people with chronic anxiety, the parents who need better sleep, the professional battling the stage fright, or someone ready to quit smoking, build the webinar around the specific outcome, not your service. Again, we're not trying to tell people what kind of drill we're going to use to make a whole specific problem. Run the webinar specific transformation, not the demographic. Number 2 is position yourself as a trusted expert for that problem. Like this is very important. This is where most people actually make mistake. I even made that mistake when I started my marketing agency. I was trying to help everybody and anybody I can, but then I realized that is not the way. You cannot be expert if you focus on everything. The reason I'm an expert in helping hypnotherapists and holistic healers is because that's all I do. So when attendees see the real techniques in action, the doubts actually turn into trust. Well-driven webinar establish you as a go-to expert for that problem. So have a business niche. And the third point, so now you spend 1 hour helping people, teaching them. Most live sessions actually spend too long on education, not enough time letting audience feel something. So the last 12 minutes actually, I think like pre-talk. You spend a pre-talk. Pre-talk is important, but pre-talk and then spend last 12 minutes actually let people experience short guided experience with you, followed by clear invitation to book. Why this works so well. So webinar attendees invite in when they get them results. They are motivated, high intent, and ready to commit. Give them a real taste of transformation, and they will actually book. There's no hard sell needed here. Niches that work for webinar: stress relief, smoking cessation, the weight management, fear of flying, performance and confidence, that stuff. Like these are the niches that actually works really well for webinars. So this is the last pillar that you need to build your holistic and hypnotherapist business is optimize your presence online. So every first impression counts. So even with the AI and stuff, till this day, 89% of all searches actually happens on Google. So every piece of content you create, every story you share, every bit of trust you build, all leads to one critical moment when somebody searches your name. And most people, like 89% of all searches still happens on Google. When somebody searches your name, what they see in the next 30 seconds decide everything. So I'm going to give you 3 tips on that, how to optimize your online presence. So number one is to optimize your Google profile. So your Google profile is actually seen before they even go to your website. So treat it like that. People decide to click based on what they see in the search. Your photos, your reviews, your profile completeness. The well-presented profile actually build trust. And incomplete one loses just as fast. There's no reviews. Yeah, people are gonna scroll and go to the next profile when they're looking for a solution. And second tip is like about page is actually the most read page on your site. And most practitioner actually write it or they don't even pay attention. So like the client actually don't read your about page for credential. They read it to feel understood and lead with the problem, not your qualification, interest, not for your qualification, and that actually build trust instantly. So like how the about page on your website, you really pay attention. The tip number 3 is have a FAQ page on your website. So any honest, frequently asked question page does more than any sales copy. So answer the question your client's already thinking of, because a lot of people actually scared of the asking question. That's why even going on lives and answering question for one person actually answer for a lot of other people too. Same thing here. Some people are old school still. So have an FAQ page on your website that actually optimize your online presence, that will push your website further on Google, help you get in front of people, especially on Google. 89% of all searches actually still happen on Google, which is crazy. So also, and this is a bonus tip I'm gonna give you. Like use word that actually your clients search for. Like even your Google profile, your website. Like don't think what you think you need to write. Just write the word that actually people searches for on Google or any other search engine, like hypnotherapy for anxiety. I know you legally cannot say stuff like you fix it, all that stuff, but that's what the people search for. You can find loopholes or way. I don't know what that is, but something. Or like let me give you a better example, like smoking. Stop smoking with hypnosis. Like people, that's what they're gonna search for. Like stop smoking with hypnosis. So those are the type of people who already believe in hypnosis works. They're just looking for a solution. So let me give you the full picture here. So none of these, all 5 pillars that I share with you is actually complicated. Every one of them actually require consistency. Showing up regularly is what build trust, visibility, and bookings. That consistency, pardon my English, I'm an immigrant, so I'm still learning English a little bit. So the consistency is real difference between the underbooked practice and fully booked one. So you have to be consistent. You cannot just like do your FOK page and do and then forget about it, because you competing against people who are 24-hour working on this. So more consistent you are, the more higher you're gonna rank on Google or anywhere else. None of this is complicated. You can do it, but convenience, that's where we come in. So my name is Harp. I run a marketing agency where I help hypnotherapists and holistic healers to fill up their calendars consistently without worrying about where the next lead is gonna come from. If you're ready and you need help, book a free call. Go on my website. It's called www.brandingbyharp.com. Book a free call. It's 10 to 15 minutes call where I ask you some question. I only work with 25 people at a time, and that's why I do kind of like a screening thing and make sure we are aligning with my mission. My mission is actually touch 1 billion lives and help people achieve their personal, professional, and financial goal through power of their subconscious mind by aligning them with their true potential. That is my mission. If you are aligning with my mission, we can work together. Book the meeting, and I see you there. Thank you.